How can we make this drawing better? How can we bring life to it? A usual mistake that beginners make is that they don't shade enough. And that's what we're going to focus on today. And that's how we can make this drawing better. I start off with an 8B pencil. That's the darkest grade in a box of graphite pencils. So if you have one, grab one. Here's mine. It's Mars Lumograph. They are lovely. I have my kneaded eraser and I have my sharpener and my drawing paper. I love to use 135 GSM. I just think it's very good for layering. It's got a nice tooth and texture and I absolutely love it. So I'm gonna start off with the beak. I'm gonna do the darkest areas first with the 8B pencil, and then I'm gonna use 6B, 4B, 2B and HB. You can use whatever. I just find that that's common for me to use. It works pretty much every time I get my desired values, and yeah. So I'm gonna start off with this one, just slowly adding more. And I'm gonna take the nostril, gonna do that, just the darkest places first to make the contrast more clear, and it will be easier that way to add more shading and all the hatching, all the stuff that we usually do when drawing. So I'm gonna do it one place at a time, one area at a time, take a step back, look how it's going. I really love shading. Some people hate it. They hate shading and rendering all the final pieces, the icing on the cake. I find it really relaxing. I used to not like it, but that was more because I didn't understand the meaning, the true meaning. It's something for itself, something for itself. So practice this and get enough values and your drawings will look amazing. It will be much better. And just follow along if you want to. If you have a drawing of your own, try to do what I do and try to shade, try to get it dark and try to get a nice texture, maybe like a gradient effect. You can see that the beak has got a kind of a gradient effect, and make it pop with a bit between the light and dark values. As you can see with the beak, the mouth, we got a nice contrast there. Now I'm just gonna reinforce these lines, make them darker. It's really important to really get it dark enough. I could use an 8B for the eyes. Usually I do that. Now for this one I think it will be enough with 6B. I really want the beak to be the center of, if we think in values, I want the beak to pop. I want the beak to really stand out because it's a bird and it's got a really fascinating mouth and beak. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna focus on. And of course, the rest of the shading and the textures with the circling motions that I love to use. Like in the beginning, I usually just render like this. I try to shade. I try to make it dark enough. And when that's all done, I add some interesting texture, like small circles to make everything from wrinkles to folds and whatever. It can be spots, it can be so much. The more we add, the more texture you will get and the more interesting your drawing will look. I also try to shade and hatch in the direction of the skin and the fur, whatever it is, whatever the shape is. It's got a certain direction that you need to follow. For example, on the mouth and where I'm at right now, I'm shading in this direction. I don't shade upwards. I don't shade downwards. I'm shading to the sides. So you need to establish the direction to make it more believable, to make it more realistic, and just overall cooler. And I would also like to add that the paper you're drawing on, it matters. It matters a lot, actually, if you want to add many layers and try to do realistic drawings. You need to have a heavy enough paper. And for example, if you use printer paper, you will not be able to draw this kind of drawing with all these layers and this texture. It will be way too thin. Like, I recommend at least 135. You can try a bit lower, but I would recommend this one. I think it's perfect for me. I think it's perfect for these kind of drawings. Now, there is, of course, heavier paper. I have another paper which is 180, and it can take more layers. It's got a different tooth, so it's a bit frustrating if you're not used to heavy paper. I haven't really tried heavier paper than that, but I guess it's up to you and what your plan is. Right now I'm shading the wrinkles. I don't want to shade them too much, because then the darkness will fade a bit and you need to draw the lines again. So try to go between. And now I'm using an HB pencil. HB, if you don't know, stands for hard black, and it's a wonderful grade. You can sketch with it, you can shade with it, you can pretty much draw a nice drawing with it. But I like to use them all. I like to use every grade in a single box. Then you will get like this, like we're trying to do here. Then you will get many values, and that's the beauty of drawing. That's the beauty of art, to really enjoy, to really master the techniques, to train the eye to see what you're missing. That's the thing about drawing. That's the thing about getting good, because in the beginning you don't really see it. You don't really see. You think you're done with the drawing. Like, oh, okay, I don't think I'm gonna do any more now. I think I'm done. It's good, you know. And then 1 month goes, and 2 months goes, and you get back to your drawings. You look at them and like, oh my God, you know, what was I thinking? This is bad. It's not good enough. You can really see it, you know, because your eye has been trained. You're better at seeing this stuff, and you're more complete now, and you're a better artist. And take your time with the shading process. I hope you have fun with it. I absolutely love it. Used to hate it. Now it's almost like meditation for me. Just put on some music if you have some lo-fi beats or something, classical, whatever floats your boat, and just play the playlist and just enjoy yourself. It's really the best tips I can give, just to have fun and compare to your other drawings. Like, for example, go back to your older sketchbooks and you will see a difference, especially if you're a beginner in your early journey. You will probably notice that you come far now. You're better, you know, and that's a real motivator to see the progress. Nothing is better than to actually notice the progress you're making. You're improving every day. You're not really seeing it before you compare to your older drawings, and especially when your eye has been trained. So keep on keeping on. Now I'm just going in with HB again. adding some random texture to the hair to make it seem like it's hair, to make it believable. And I don't want to add too much, it's just a bit here and there, and also the occasional hard lines, black lines to get more contrast. It's what it's all about. It's all about the contrast, especially for this one, and to make it dark enough. So I'm just going in over again on places, just adding some final touches, adding some more hatching, some more shading. I don't know what kind of pencils you guys use. I have used many different in the beginning. I tried, I think it's a Dutch brand. I think it's Dutch. It's called Brioncell or something. And they were okay. And I also tried, I think it was Faber-Castell. It was not the 9000 because they're pretty good. So I don't know. I know that I bought these blue ones, Mars Lumegraph, and I just absolutely love them. So ever since I've only been buying these. I think they're pretty cheap and last a long time if you take care of them. But if you shade big projects, you will need to buy them more often because you will use so much graphite. And yeah, I would recommend you try these if you're looking for some pencils. They do the job. They feel very soft, and they have a nice grade of graphite. I haven't tried the Faber-Castell 9000, but people usually say that the 9000 and Lumegraph, they're like the cream of the crop. So the best artist who is using pencils, graphite pencils, they are using those two brands. So I think I'm gonna try that too. I'm gonna buy in a store or order online, maybe a pack of both, and just compare them. Make a comparison, see what I like. But as of right now, I really enjoy these pencils. They do the job. They feel amazing. And I could use them for the rest of my journey. I don't know how long my journey will last, but at least we're gonna have fun. So I'm just gonna add some more darkness to the mouth. Right now, just making some small circles, adding some texture that I'm after. It's all about what you want, you know. Like I'm using a reference photo for this one, so I obviously know where to put what, where to draw what. But you can also add some more of your own if you want to. Drawing should be fun. Drawing should be about expressing yourself, especially if you draw from imagination, which I am not doing enough. I remember I showed my dad a drawing that I made. I think he was of celebrity or something. And he was like, he looked at the drawing and he looked at me and he said, "Yeah, but you were looking at something. You were using a reference." And I'm like thinking, what? And I'm like, yeah, but I still drew it. I drew it freehand. I use the Loomis method, and I use block-in method, where you kind of block in the shapes of the head, and then you add facial features. And I don't use a grid. I absolutely hate it. I don't trace. It's only freehand and Loomis. But the point he made was like, you should be drawing from imagination. You should be creating stuff. Because when I was when I was young, he showed me these drawings and he drew for me like boats and cars and whatever. It was all from imagination, and I just think it was amazing. And like then and there, I was just looking at it, just completely amazed. Like how can he draw something like this and just from his mind? And when you practice that muscle, so to speak, you will only get better, but you also need to draw from reference. You need to build a mental library. You need to know what things look like, the things that you want to draw. And it's a great way to just get better overall. I would recommend starting with reference, but also once in a while, just mix it up with drawing from imagination, just creating stuff that you want to create. The sky is the limit. You don't owe anything to anyone. It's your world. Just go out and have fun and try to do your best. So I think we are done, and here is the before and after photo.